Hi, welcome everybody. And my name is Dr. Anwar, and you are watching Dynamic English Academy. And today we have a guest here. Uh, it's not good to call him a guest because he was the one who started this institute, so he's the host basically. But today for this podcast, he is a guest. So, Jonathan Shifley, Mr. Jonathan Shifley, I would love to welcome you to introduce you to our students. So, how are you doing today?
Thank you, Dr. Anwar. It's very nice to be here. It's very nice to see you. And I am very happy to be able to do this interview with you.
Thank you for giving your valuable time. We are thankful for you. Thank you so much.
I am happy to do it. So, yes. So, what would you like to know?
Yeah, sure. There are several things I would like to ask you. So our students would know about you, that who you are and how you are connected with Dynamic and why you started it. So let me
Okay.
ask you this question. You have been to India for quite a long time and you chose Okhla to live, in
Yeah.
fact, in the French colony initially when you were staying here.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the factor because of that you started this institute? So first of all, tell us about yourself and
Okay.
inspiration behind this institute.
Very good. Okay. Yes. Well, I am Jonathan Shifley. I am married with two children. Both of my children grew up mostly in India. And so we are all very grateful for that experience. And I started Dynamic officially, I think it was in 2004, I think is when we became incorporated. And but I came to India in 2002. So I spent some time learning about India, learning about Delhi in particular. And when we first came, we knew nothing. And so
It was quite east and west.
we stayed in a guest house in New Friends Colony called The Perch. I don't think it's there anymore. And we engaged a real estate agent and looked for a place to live. And we landed in New Friends Colony because that was the best place we could think of to live, to get adjusted to India. And so that's where we lived. And I wanted to come to India to start a language institute. I was of two or three different minds when I came. I was thinking I would get a job as an English teacher, or I would start my own institute teaching English, or I would start an institute that taught specifically for the TOEFL and the GRE and different
Competitive exams like
competitive exams like that. That's what I thought. I saw many of these competitive exam places around, two or three just in the New Friends Colony area. And so I thought, well, let's try teaching English. And let's try teaching English in a place where people need English very badly but don't get the opportunity. And so that's why I settled on Batla House, on Zakir Nagar, because it was a place where I could see people needing English, and it was a place where there was not much competition. And so that's what I did. My overhead costs were very low, and I could keep my prices low so that people in the area could afford them. It's not in a place like South X or someplace like this where
they were quite
the rents are high. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And so, that's kind of how I got started. I've always had an interest in South Asia. I spent some time in Pakistan when I was younger, very young, about 3 years there. I studied Urdu at Punjab University in Lahore. And so I wanted to come back to South Asia. And so many years later, I did.
Great. And you have had a great experience of the people around here in Okhla, particularly the English learners who want to learn English. You have had interaction with them. You have spent a lot of time with them. So what do you think was the most common mistakes of English, which most people make here?
Mistakes in English. Well, in any place where English is not the mother tongue or the basic language that people speak, there's going to be mistakes, right? And actually, kind of made a list here,
Oh,
mistakes that I encountered
wow.
when I was teaching. So
Amazing.
I'm not going to go through all of them because they don't all apply right now. But yeah, there are mistakes, but there is some charm in the way Indians speak English. So I think it's important to not be discouraged about the mistakes that you make because it makes you unique, and that's important. Most Americans love the Indian accent and the way they speak English. We like the sound of it. So I would say don't try to eliminate the way you speak completely. But I think one of the most um, common is using the you overuse the present continuous tense
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Being a teacher, I have noticed this as well. Yeah.
yes, I
Instead
am
of saying
knowing
I go to school every day, I'm going to school every day.
yeah,
Yes.
or I am knowing him for many years. I
Oh,
am
yeah.
knowing him for many years. No, that's not how you say it. I've known him. I have known him for many years. So that's
Because those exception words that we cannot make continuous with, like no, remember, forget, these kind
yeah,
of words that,
yes,
or I am seeing him. So these
yeah.
kind of mistakes. Yeah.
That's I'm not I guess you use the present continuous tense a lot in Hindi and Urdu. And so
Yeah,
that's
that
why
could be one of the
yeah.
reasons. Yes.
Yeah. And so that's one of the problems I saw. Um it's it's more important to speak and communicate than it is for complete accuracy. You know,
Oh, yeah.
accuracy comes with time. But this is a good habit to try to eliminate is to speak out of the present continuous tense. Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
one.
that reminds me that usually when it comes to language learning, there are
Mhm.
so many ways to learn a language. As you said, like less focus on accuracy is better. It's more to communicate, and later on, by the time you will get an accuracy. But the thing is,
Yeah.
there are several ways of learning a language. Some people think that they learn grammar first, and
Mhm.
then they start talking, and then this is how they can learn. Most people here in India learn this way. They learn grammar first, like
Right.
the
Yeah.
use of subject, verb, and object, or they start talking
Right.
later on. So what happens, it takes a lot of time for them to learn a language, and then when it comes to talking, they focus on the thing which you just mentioned, that whether my sentences are accurate or not,
Yeah.
more than whether I'm able to communicate what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Uh, and the second way could be like the most natural way, the way the children learn English. They go listen and practice, listen and practice. But the thing is, in India, we don't get that kind of environment where you can find, like, if I go to America, then maybe I can listen and practice more. But living in Delhi, you hardly get the way to practice it. And
Exactly. Yeah. You can't you will learn English the way Indians speak English.
yes.
Yeah. And
The
that's not a
third
bad
might
thing.
be, yeah, the third might be, let's talk and copy and practice first, and after that learn the grammatical nuances. So
Yeah.
in your point
Yeah.
of view, you have been an educator and you have been involved with the language
Right.
learning for a long time. You have done bachelor of education, masters of education, and you have had experience of teaching in many countries,
Mhm.
especially the third world countries. You have taught in Japan as well, as I know. So I think with all those experiences, you could better suggest, like, what's the best way of learning English communication.
Yeah, the best way there in English we say there is no silver bullet to learning English. The silver bullet meaning there is no
My
one
students could
perfect
learn
way.
this
Yeah.
as well. I mean, talking to you, you during the talk, you are teaching as well. Silver bullets, yes.
There is no silver bullet to learning English, but and to learn grammar is important there, but it's also important to just speak. When you are a child, you speak and you don't speak accurately, and but that's the way you learn. The problem is when you're a child, it's cute when you speak poorly. People laugh and feel it's when you are an adult, you feel some embarrassment when you don't speak properly, but you still have to do it. I mean, as someone who learned Urdu in from Dr. Anwar, uh, I had to become a child and speak poorly. People would laugh at some of the things I said, but that's just the way you learn. And when you're speaking English, it's the same way. You need to speak it, and you learn grammar as you go. But you must use it. You can't learn it in your head. You have to be speaking it all the time. And so, if you hesitate to speak, speak more. Yeah, if you people don't understand you, then figure out what you're saying and what is incorrect about what you're saying. Um, if you become it becomes difficult to speak when you are speaking English. Like one of the things, Dr. Anwar, we did in Dynamic, and I'm sure you still do it, is have speeches. People get up. I see your speeches on Instagram in different places. Uh,
Yes.
and that's good practice to get up in front of people and speak, or
I do
in
it all
groups and
for
speak.
like I do it in view of the like the students would practice it and they would learn this way.
Yes, yeah,
But
that's how you
you,
learn. Yeah,
yeah, you know what's happening? Like people watch those speeches and they start judging their English and they start judging dynamic. Okay, this is how you teach. No, these are students. They are practicing their English over
yes,
there. It's
yes,
not the
yeah, yeah.
perfect thing.
It's not perfect. Yeah, and I don't think you'll ever speak perfectly, but
Yeah.
and you'll never speak with an American accent. You should not try to speak with an American accent. Speak with your Indian accent. The important thing is to be understood. People need to understand you.
Like
And
if
so,
many different countries, if you go, people could understand you. That is the accuracy that's required.
yeah, yeah, right, right. Um, you know, I, we worked in teletech in these different call centers, right?
All right.
And I would coach people in these institutions, and so many of them were trying very hard to speak with an American accent, and they were not succeeding. It just sounded silly. So the best thing to do is perfect your Indian accent. It makes you unique. It makes you special, and it's very pleasant when it's a when it's worked on, and you don't have uh, a thick MTI is not a good
Yeah.
thing. But
A
to
neutral
have
accent would be the best, right?
neutral accent or Indian accent with that your pronunciation is clear. I think that's important when you're coming from a very heavy like a village where you speak only Urdu or only Hindi, and you come to Delhi and you want to go to
Right? Extreme
Jamia,
Punjabi
right?
accent or
Yeah,
extreme Bengali accent. You need to come out of that and neutralize yourself. So in English,
yeah, yeah.
MTI would not be there.
And we have this everywhere. I mean, people from Scotland and Ireland have thick accents that the rest of the world cannot understand, and so you have to work on getting it less, making it less so. You still have the influence, the accent there, that makes it pleasant, makes it shows that you're coming from a unique place. Yeah. So that's a
One misconception I have had, I have heard from many of my students that native speakers or American people, they don't use grammar when they talk. I mean, it's
yeah.
so common. So many people have asked me, like, why are you focusing too much on grammar? American people don't use grammar when they talk. So, being a native speaker, you are a native speaker, so you can shed light upon this.
I think educated Americans will use grammar properly. I think when you're talking in slang or some other things, then grammar takes its own form. It's still grammar, but it's just a different type. And so the first thing to do is learn proper grammar, how English works, how you say things. If you want to learn some slang, that's kind of fun, but it's not how you should learn to speak. It would sound very, if I say, दिल ने राम तुझे हो क्या है आखिर इस दर्द की दवा किया है. And when I talk like this, my accent's not good, and it sounds strange. I should not be reciting poetry. I should be speaking plainly, and
Yeah,
so
in
it's
the
the
way
same.
like
Yeah,
the way the
yeah,
poet said, "Dile nada tujhe hua kya hai?" That the kind of way of reciting it. Yeah.
right, right, right. And so don't try to learn slang first. Learn proper English first.
So you
And
mean to
then,
say that there are street languages there as well, right?
yes, of course there is. Yeah, yeah. And you cannot imitate this, or I can't even teach this, I don't think. I mean,
Many people,
there's,
that reminds me one thing. Many people, I mean, I have heard the students coming to me and saying, "Sir, you don't teach these things like gonna, watcha, gotcha, and these kind of thing." Like when I tried to dig it out, I found out like gotcha means they want to say got you. I
yeah,
got you. So
yeah,
they're saying
yeah,
gotcha. Or wanna is kind of want to. So
right.
how do you think these things are to be taught? Because I have never seen you teaching this.
No, I would never teach this. I mean, maybe for fun, to learn it for fun, but you don't want to speak this way. It's difficult enough to speak it properly. To learn these slang terms or these contractions is very difficult. And I
Contractions
would not.
like what you doing,
What you doing? Yeah,
and
I'm gonna go and do
gonna
this.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'll, I mean that that's not necessary to learn.
Some
Um,
teachers think if you teach this way, you will sound like cool. I mean, if somebody speaks like this and you teach these things, when they speak, they will sound cool and it will look like
yeah,
they're sounding American.
there is more to life than sounding cool. Yeah, it's important to learn things properly and not to worry so much about these. The word is idiosyncrasies of American English in particular. So
Some students watch Hollywood movies and they catch a few things from there and they say, "You never taught me these things."
right,
And so, what do you have to say about it?
I would say the purpose for learning English is to communicate well and to actually the whole purpose of dynamic, the way I started it, and you started it with me from the very beginning, is to help people speak English well so they can get a better job. They can get jobs.
Yeah, that
Jobs was
was the
kind of our
purpose.
goal. That was our
That
goal.
was the initial purpose to help those people, like the people who were talented enough. They usually come from rural areas. They are talented enough. They are doctors, engineers. They are very good at their profession, but they were not getting those kind of opportunities which they should have gotten or
Right.
what they deserve, only because of lack of communication skills. So our
Right.
initial ambition was to make them equipped so they can not lose the opportunities or they can go higher
Exactly.
because of
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
communication skills.
And so in those situations where you're in a job interview or you're working a job where you're speaking English, you don't want to use um, slang
That kind
English.
of slangs, wana or gotcha, or these kind of
Right. No, you want to
slangs,
speak clearly. Nobody's
because that's the
impressed.
formal.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what that would be my advice is yes, it's fun to learn to speak this way and it's not wrong to learn to speak this way, but it's not important for the main purpose of getting good work and getting a good
It's not
position.
that important. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. 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 So that's my advice on that.
Yeah. The next problem most of my students have asked me in this tenure, they say how to build vocabulary. And the biggest
Yeah.
problem was some of them I have seen doing this. I used to tell them not to do this
Uh-huh.
because I saw many students doing this. Like they take a newspaper and they read it and they underline the words which they don't know, and
Uh-huh.
then later on they check the dictionary and they try to read the article and understand with the help of dictionary. And most of
Right.
the students, when I see their articles, I see like in one sentence they have underlined like 10 words, 5 words, and they are working very hard, and later on I found out that they don't get much benefit out of it. And when
Right.
I tell them not to do so, they ask me like, what is the best way to improve vocabulary? So I
Yeah.
want to ask from you, I want to know from you that what would be the best way to improve vocabulary?
Okay. I have 10 ways you can improve your vocabulary. Okay.
Great.
Number one, first of all, understanding the vocabulary is not about learning and memorizing a list of words. It's about using them in the proper way, in the proper context. So number one, you want to learn words in phrases, not by themselves. For example, learn take responsibility instead of responsibility. Learn how to use. You take responsibility, and knowing that helps your vocabulary. So learn them
Wow.
in the context. Okay, you know how in Hindi you will say you will pull a picture like with a camera,
Yeah.
right?
Khicho. Photo khicho.
Yeah, kincho. And
But only
so
word khicho doesn't fit with clicking the
exactly,
picture.
exactly, yeah. So you take responsibility. Learning in the proper context is important. Okay. Uh,
So learning in context. That's
yeah,
the first one.
yeah. Second one is learn words that you use a lot. Learn words that are don't learn words that you'll never use. You learn the ones that you will. Everyday verbs and adjectives matter more than academic words. So you want to learn, you're learning spoken English, words that you
So
use.
the newspaper vocabulary is not that much useful as it is like daily usage words.
Well, actually, the newspaper technically is written for somebody in the eighth class. That's the vocabulary they use. And so reading English newspapers is actually a good way to learn English because they use everyday English and it's at a lower level. Now,
Oh wow.
an academic journal would use big words that you don't need to understand.
Higher words like
Yeah, yeah,
research articles or these kind of things.
right. So that's the second one. Learn frequent, high usage words. Uh, the third is note how they're pronounced. Pronunciation is important. Okay, some words are formal, some words are casual. Know the difference between the formal words and the casual words. Okay,
Great.
okay. Third is to, or fourth is to uh, there's a very yeah, and I heard this all the time in many different ways. People at Dynamic would use this phrase, and people in the call centers, supervisors, uh, doctors, government officials would use the phrase "do the needful." Do the needful. You know,
Do the needful,
please
yes.
do the needful. That's not a internationally recognized phrase. It's very unique to India. Do the
So
needful. So
it's kind of an Indian English to say do
yes,
the needful.
what would
So
you say,
what would
Dr.
we
Arner?
say
What
instead?
you tell me? What would you say instead?
Do what required?
Do what's required. That's formal. That sounds formal. Okay.
Okay.
Take care of it. Take care of it is another thing. That's what
Take
I
care
would
of it.
use. Yeah.
Okay.
Just would you please? So let's think of an example. I need this report by tomorrow. Please do the needful. Okay. I need this report by tomorrow. Please take care of it. That's how we would say it.
That's
Yeah.
more appropriate.
Yeah, and that's more globally recognized. Do the needful. I can figure out what that means, but it sounds funny, sounds strange. Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
say I came to know?
I came to know. No, we wouldn't say that. Uh,
That is very
uh,
common here. I came
I
to know
know it
about
is.
this.
I know it is. Again, it's unique. It's
Last night
understandable.
I came to know. Many people talk like that
Yeah.
on television even.
I learned or I understood. Last night I
Right.
learned. Yeah.
Can you say I got to know?
No. Mm-mm. We would never say that. Yeah.
I
We
found
would.
out. I learned.
Last night I learned that I learned that the moon was going to be full. All right.
Right.
Last night I understood, or someone told me, or I heard on the news, or but I came to know we don't really use that. It's very formal if we do. Yeah,
Okay.
people would think I was
How about
talking.
I found out?
I found out. Yeah, that has a different that you can use that, but it has a bit of a
Context.
different meaning. There's this kind of a sense of discovery in that and surprise when you use that phrase. Last night I found out that the moon
Kind
was
of
full.
discovered.
I discovered it. It's a surprise to me.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a minor difference there. It's better to use, the words and phrases that I found, I understood or I learned or someone told me, that kind of thing.
And how important it is to use high vocabulary. while talking? Like
Oh,
when you talk to an Indian person or any non-native person, what are your expectations? Like if somebody who is using high vocabulary, it means he's more knowledgeable person, or what?
no. If you're using high vocabulary, I would think that you're trying too hard and to learn English. I would think you were um, trying to impress me, and
Okay.
that's not in a good way. Yeah, um, just talk normally. Higher words, uh, they're good for writing, which is why Indians think that using these words is important. But there's a very different communication style in writing than there is in speaking. And it's okay to use higher words. There are so many words on word that I read that I don't know how to pronounce. I know the
Wow.
words, I understand the
Even
meaning.
you don't know, being an
Even I
English
don't
major.
even don't know how to pronounce them. Yeah. Um, and I'm trying to think of one right now, but I can't think of one. Maybe later I'll think of one. But
Supercalifragilistic kind of
expialidocious.
expialidocious. I have heard some celebrities using these words.
Yeah,
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
yeah, that's
That
from a
have,
movie. That's from a
yeah.
song. Yeah, yeah. But there's just so many. There are a lot of words that and then I try to talk about them, and then I realize I don't know how to pronounce it. I've only
Like
read the word.
megalomaniacal.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, that's so there's a big difference between how I speak and what I read. Like I said, I know the meanings, but I've just never pronounced them. So
You never use them while talking to your friends.
yeah, yeah, okay. And then number five would be um, repeat what you've learned. Repeat the words. Use them. If you don't use them, we say
Mhm.
if you don't use it, you lose it. So you must use
So no
it or
matter
you lose it.
how many of them you know, if you
Yeah,
don't use it after some time, you will lose it.
yeah, yeah. So those are five reasons. I think those are five good reasons. Yeah,
And
five good. Yeah,
what are the major mistakes that you have noticed? Like
yeah.
as we just discussed about continuous sentences or the words like came to know. So
Hmm.
like these, if you could point out a few of them, it will be good for us to avoid them.
Okay,
It will
that's
be
good.
beneficial for my students.
What I have experienced is that Indians speak too fast. You must slow down. The faster you speak, the harder it is for you to be understood. And
I think the thing behind it is like in their mind, if they speak faster, it means they have more mastery over the language, and
yes,
that's why they
yes,
try to speak fast, so they can be, you know, the other people can think he is not stopping anywhere. It means he knows it really well.
yes, yeah. That's not true.
That's not true.
Yeah,
Speaking fast doesn't mean you have a mastery over language.
no, nobody thinks this. So they just think, oh, he's speaking very fast. Uh, no, the speaking slowly at a normal rate. I forget, Honor, what did we say was the beats per minute? We used to use a TikTok thing, metronome. It's called a metronome. Have you and we go
Pendulum,
tick, 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 tick,
pendulum.
tick. Yeah, like that. And I used to use this in the call centers and have people speak according to that tick, 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 tick.
Singing
But I
tone.
can't. Yeah, but I can't remember how fast we would set it. But that was one of the things to slow people down. Okay, is to speak within the rhythm of this ticket.
Certain rhythm.
Yeah, yeah, and you can get one of those on your as an app on your phone if you want, and that helps people slow down. Yeah,
So slowing down the rate of a speech is important. That's what you're
yes,
saying, right?
slowing it down. Yes, I've never met an Indian who speaks too slowly. I only meet
They
Indians who speak
always
too
talk
fast. Yes, they're
fast.
always too fast. Yeah, yeah. So that's one mistake that I have seen. I think. Do you remember when we would do the grammar tests at Jamia University?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
the
and
placement test. Yes.
how we'd had 10 grammar questions, right? And they would fill us
Yes.
out and come to me, and then I would show them how they were wrong, and they would argue with me.
Yeah,
They
those
would argue.
annoying. They,
And
they wanted to prove what they did was correct. Yes.
yeah, yeah. Um, so understanding, being open to correction is important from someone who knows more than you do. And so don't think that you know everything. Make sure you're willing to be corrected
Yeah,
and
here
then use those
also
corrections. Yeah,
in our institute, we also find quite a few students. If I correct them, they say, "No, no, I have read it somewhere," or
yeah,
"No, no, my teacher has taught me like this," or "I
yeah,
saw it somewhere in the book."
yeah,
And I have to tell them, "Okay, take a photo of that where you read it or where
yeah,
you heard it,
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's not correct as far as I know."
yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah,
this is how, because I am not an American, I am not an American person. If on, I'm not a native speaker. If
yeah,
it is wrong, I will accept it, but I need to. So later on, they find out like they were wrong. They found it somewhere else, and or they
yeah,
were taught wrong. For example, I would like to tell you that nowadays I am encountering this a lot. Many students say, "I took tea in the morning,"
yeah. Hmm.
or "I took my breakfast."
Yeah, that's not proper. It's not proper to use that. You don't take your breakfast. You eat your breakfast. Or I had my breakfast. That's
Have
how
or
it's.
eat.
Yeah, I've had tea, or I'm going to have tea. I will have tea. Not take. Take's a very common. I think it's a direct translation from the Hindi. And
Right.
that's what happens too. Is
Chai
these?
लीजिए, नाश्ता
Yeah,
लीजिए.
yeah, yeah. In your head, you translate the Hindi into English and then you speak.
The words into English.
You need to get to the point where you're thinking only in English, and not making this translation
And
in your
that,
head.
that translation thing disturbs them a lot at the time of learning. I have found like one day I was teaching, like I broke my knee. You can say like the way Americans say, "I broke my knee." And they
Uh-huh.
say, why did they break their knee? I mean, why not they say, "My knee broke"?
Okay. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what the translation way. In Hindi, we say, "My knee broke." मेरा
Well,
घुटना फूट गया.
that's the passive voice. And
Yes,
in Hindi, you use the passive voice all the time. There are so
right.
many cultural reasons why you use the passive voice. But in
Like
America,
I got late,
yeah, uh-huh,
and we say late happened,
yeah,
delay happened.
yeah, yeah. You take ownership of it in the active voice. That's the American way of speaking. We speak in the active voice, and we teach always use the active voice, not the passive voice, in speaking and in writing. It makes it much easier to be understood. So be direct. We're very direct.
So
And
active, using active is much better than talking in passive. Normally,
yes,
culturally, people use passive sentences because they want to avoid the doer, the subject,
responsibility. Yeah.
the responsibility. Yeah.
So
So
if I
that's why
drop
the
a glass,
famous song that मैं देर करता नहीं देर हो जाती है.
yeah,
I don't make it a delay. Delay happens.
yes. And when you drop a cup, we say,
Yeah.
I broke the cup. You say the
We
cup
say
broke.
कब टूट गया, कब broke.
The cup did not break.
Yeah. And
You
if
broke it. Yeah.
somebody tries to learn English that way through translation, they will
Yeah.
always say this: "Cup toot gaya, cup broke."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't think it would be a correct English version. If you
No.
talk to a native speaker, you have to say, "I broke the cup" instead of saying the cup broke.
Right. Right. If you will say, if you're holding a cup and you drop it and it breaks and you say the cup broke, everyone will laugh at you because clearly you broke it. The cup did not break automatically. You broke
The
it. And
evidence
so
is
that's what we talk.
there.
Yeah. The evidence is there. Yeah. Yeah. So, so
So
that's
translation method is not a good idea.
no, I mean, everybody starts there, but you have to work your way out of doing that. Um, I always said when I started dreaming in Urdu or Hindi, that's when I know I am learning the language well. Okay. I used to dream I was trying to speak Hindi and couldn't. So it just is the different way. If you're dreaming and you're speaking English with people in your dreams, then you are learning well. A
There's one
big,
more thing.
yeah,
Sorry to interrupt.
no,
I remember, actually, I just recalled that I remember one person who called you or maybe he came to you and he was trying to speak in American accent and said, "Do you not understand me?" Something like that. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, it happened all the time. Yeah,
And he
people
said,
would.
"No, I don't understand you." So he
Well,
was trying to move his mouth in a certain way and he thought he's talking American English.
yeah, yeah. No, you're not. You're not talking American English when you
So
talk that
instead of
way.
saying American English, he was saying American English and he
The
thought he's
only
talking like American.
the only way you can learn American English is to be living with Americans for 2-3 years, and then even then, it will come slowly. You'll never learn it in India in
Or
Delhi.
listening to native speaker might be a listening and
Yeah,
repeating might be a whole.
yeah, yeah. So so that's yeah, so those are some of the issues I saw. The biggest issue I think Onward though was being willing to learn. Those who were willing to learn and to make mistakes and to take correction learned faster and better. The ones that were defensive or challenged the things that I taught them didn't learn fast, and they wanted to prove that they knew more than they did. And
So instead
the
of proving what you are saying is correct, it's better to just learn and adopt.
Yeah, the language learning we say is a task of humility. You need to be humble when you're learning language. And if you're not humble, you won't learn as well and as quickly.
And if you are legit, it becomes difficult.
Yeah. I think regular attendance at classes is important. Um,
Yes.
yeah.
Like the people who come every day, they learn faster, they learn. And the
Yeah.
people who don't come on regular intervals, they frequently miss the classes. We find that it is really hard for them to put themselves into it,
Yeah.
and slowly they lose interest.
Well, it creates a community as well. You're learning with a group of people that you come to know and become friends with. And that's important. You start to feel safe with them and to make mistakes in front of them because you're all making mistakes. And so the thing that I don't know if you still see this, I know things have changed, but we would enroll 50 people into a class and only 25, 30 would show on any
It's
given
still
night.
still happening the same.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know why they
Yeah.
even pay their fees if they don't show up.
It still happens. We never figured that one out, did we? Yeah.
Happen.
I still share that. I share that with
What
the
do you think?
people.
What could be the reason, in your point of
Well,
view?
yeah, I think the only answer to that is it's a combination of many things because we can't point to any one particular thing. I think some of them, their parents make them come to pay their fees and they lie
Yes.
to them and don't come.
And they don't want to, basically.
Yeah. And we are not a school where we hold discipline for people like that. So we don't, if you pay and you don't come, that's your loss. That's not our problem. Okay. Second would be people, I think they would think they know more than they do, or they don't like the style of the teaching. But I don't think it ever was a problem with dynamic because we never got bad reviews. People would
No,
not give
never.
us bad reviews. Yeah.
People
So
like us.
yeah. And people would still come, we had people coming all the time. And so it wasn't our problem. I think there was some embarrassment about their level of English, which I think that's a big issue. People are embarrassed that they don't
They
speak English
connected with
better.
prestige.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you put them in basic level, they think, no, my English is better. Why are you
Yeah.
putting me in basic?
Right. Right. That could be, maybe some couldn't afford it, although I don't think, that was a huge issue. I mean, I think our prices are competitive with, maybe a little higher than other institutions, but that's because we offer better services than other institutions. So there's several things. And then maybe maybe they wanted the book. So they signed up and took the book. They liked
Most surprising thing for me was the person who joined, he didn't come more than a week, and he joined for like 3 months, and he came one day, and then after 15 days he came for 2 days, and he didn't come. And at the end of the 3 month, he brought his 5 friends to enroll.
That's pretty funny.
So
Yeah.
he himself did not learn, and then
So it's
he is
like,
recommending others.
yeah. Well, we don't understand that phenomenon, why that happened. That's a unique, and the people that I work with now, those doing small business across Asia and North Africa, they don't see the same thing. It's a very uniquely Indian thing, or at least it's a Batla House thing. I don't know.
I asked one person, like, you are bringing your 4 or 5 friends. You yourself did not come and did not attend the class, did not learn English. He said,
Yeah.
that is my fault. That is my
Yeah.
problem. Institute is very good. So I
Yeah.
brought my friends here.
Well, that's good. Yeah. That's the best advertising is word of mouth advertising.
Yeah,
Yeah.
word of mouth
Yeah.
was always have been very big tool for us. Most
Yeah.
people come to us with references, or when we ask them, how did you get to know? They say, uh, see, I made this mistake. Get to know. How did
Yeah.
you find us out? And they say, I found about you through my friend, my brother sent me like this.
Yeah. You'd say, how did you learn about us? Where did you find out about us? That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's word
How
of
did you
mouth is
find
very
out?
important. Yeah. Word of mouth
You know,
is
now
what's
what's
important.
happening, like sometimes the women come and they say, sir, did you recognize me? I say, no. Sir, I have been your student in 2006. And now I came here with my son and I want my son to be enrolled here. And that makes me feel quite proud. Like the
Yeah.
person, see the person's trust on us.
Yes. Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's transferring even to the next generation.
That's very good. Yeah. It means you've been around for a long time. People, when we first started, we had to charge month by month. And
Yeah.
then we'd offer a discount to sign up for 9 months, 1 year.
3 months, 9 months,
Yeah.
1 year.
3 months and 9 months, 1 year. And when they started paying for 1 year, they trusted us because so many people take the money and run away. Right.
Yeah,
But,
still people come here and pay for 6 months in one go. And
yeah.
that is a trust. Yes, people trust us.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
They wouldn't
um,
do with the new, comparatively new institutions.
you have been fixed in the community since 2004. So
Right.
20
It's
years.
been a long time, 21 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is 2026.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how about like a few students asked me this, how to get rid of MTI?
Yeah. You can reduce it, but you
So it's
can't get rid of MTI.
better not to try to fix it. It's better to just reduce so other people could understand.
Learn to pronounce your words and your phrases in a clear way, but you will always have this MTI, and that's okay.
Like I'm from Bihar, and in Bihar, like many people have this issue. They don't differentiate between sa and sha, ja and z. Some
Yeah.
of them don't differentiate between r and r.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem is when you're coming from places like that where you have what we would say a colloquial ways of saying things, and then you have these pronunciations. Yeah, that's hard. It's like me learning the difference between ray and the ray, and cough and cough. All those different sounds. It's difficult, and listening to people speak those sounds and practicing is important. Understanding, being able to hear the difference between the two pronunciations. But you'll always have some MTI going on that you won't be able to completely eliminate, and you shouldn't try. It's not that important. But,
But right pronunciation is important.
Yes.
But just not try to get rid of your completely elimination is not possible. The place you belong to, you will sound like the way people speak there.
Right. Be proud of your accent.
Be proud of your accent. Wow. So there is one thing, in your point of view, what is the best way of learning English? In a less period of time, speaking much better way, what is the remedy?
Well, the best way is to come to dynamic. and to learn it from there.
Yeah, that's good. And down there, the people who can't come here, they can join us through online classes, sitting from their home as well.
That's the best way. And the reason Dynamic is so good at this is because we use techniques that not most Indian institutions will not use. And the practicing and the speaking and giving people opportunity to use their language, their English in class rather than just listening to the teacher talk.
Right.
And the rule
You
that we
give them
always have,
opportunity to talk more.
right? The rule we always use at Dynamic, and it's the same rule that they use at the British Council and all these other places, is 80% of the speaking time should be the students. 20%
20% for the teachers.
teacher or less. Or less. Yeah. The less the teacher speaks, the better it is because that means the students are using the language.
True.
Yeah. Yeah. So that would be, very important. The usage, the practical usage of the language would be the one of the most important things, the best ways to learn.
And I have noticed that some people believe that if I keep on speaking, I will learn the language. And I found out that they keep on speaking the same wrong and they keep on making the same mistakes. How would they become perfect if they
Right.
keep on making those mistakes and keep on doing that wrong practices?
Yeah. They need to hear the proper way to say it and listen to other people. That's why it's so good at Dynamic, because you're speaking with each other and you have these different
So you listen to
opportunities.
other people, the teacher,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then the people from different states who are coming here. So you listen to all of them in different levels.
Yeah. Yeah. And language is meant to communicate, and that means that other people are involved. And so you have to have other people involved to learn well. Even one-on-one tutoring is not as effective as a classroom. A classroom is important.
Classroom is important.
Yeah. Yeah. Virtual one or a real one.
Many apps.
Yeah. Yeah.
And many people have this misconception that I will use those apps or I will register for those automated learning classes. And then I will be able to become fluent because native speakers are involved there. And they end up like they just pay and they don't do it.
Yeah, that's exactly. Or and those apps are trying to get you to buy it, right? So they are going to say they're very good, they are the best. And you'll learn something from them if you're consistent. But the best way is to communicate with other people. And unfortunately, real people. Unfortunately, our society, especially here in America, we're moving away from that kind of group mentality and more individual. And so I think that's a very bad thing for culture and society. And we will eventually come back to, again, the class or the group thing.
Yeah,
but
the time
at this point,
shift.
Yeah. So the best way, if you have that opportunity, is to go and to be with other people to learn.
Great. And you have been a teacher in India. Teaching in India was different for you.
Yeah.
And you have been the trainer for the teachers as well. So I would like to ask you one question on behalf of my fellow teachers. What would you suggest our fellow teachers? What are the traps they should avoid? And what strategy they should adopt in terms of teaching English to their children?
Oh, that's a very good question. Well, the 80-20 rule that I told you is important. Make sure your students are speaking and not you. You want teachers who are not trying to impress their students, but want them to help their students learn. And so it's very important that you let them do the work and you coach them through that. So that's one thing. Another is give opportunities for the students to speak to each other, not just to you or to speak into a vacuum, but they should be able to speak to each other. Put them in groups, have them talk about topics, have them practice pronunciation of different words. One of the best, more effective things I think we did at Dynamic is put students in groups, make them speak to each other, and then the teacher walks around and listens and helps when students are making mistakes. That's a good thing to do as well. But a classroom, an English classroom, should be very noisy. There should be a lot of talking and a lot of activity. If it's quiet and the teacher is the only one speaking, it's not a good classroom.
Not the ideal class.
Right. And that's
Traditional.
it's difficult for Indians to accept that because your style of
That's what the
education.
problem I faced. Most
Yeah.
people start thinking that there is no study going on.
There's just a bunch of noise. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just talking.
Yeah. It's a different way of teaching, but it's more effective. And it's not students listening to the teacher. The teacher is the expert, but his or her goal needs to be to make the students the experts and not worry about showing his or her
The
knowledge.
expertise.
Yeah.
Showing the knowledge.
Yeah. Very much student focused. Yeah.
Awesome. I am sure that this would be beneficial for my fellow teachers and me as well. Although I have had the privilege to stand with you and to learn from you how to teach.
Right.
And you were the one who mentored me, and I learned teaching from you.
Yes, you did. And we worked together. And I think I told you, I texted you a while back. I'm learning that it's very important to have somebody like you as a foreigner trying to do business in another country. And you were very much a part of the success of Dynamic, continued success. And now you're there by yourself, making it work as well. So
thank you so much.
Yeah, we
And
only
it's all
succeeded
possible because of your mentoring.
well, and that's also possible because of your involvement as well. So we helped each other. Yeah.
Yes. And a few questions I have regarding your personal experience here. Do you have any particular specific teaching incident or any memory that you carry with you related to teaching classroom experience?
Strangely, the person, when you ask that question, the person that comes to my mind is Ajay Saha. Remember Ajay Saha? He's unforgettable for me. Yeah. But he was very smart. He had several master's degrees. He spoke. He had a lot of MTI, not good MTI. But he was very smart, and he would talk constantly.
From very poor background.
Yeah.
Economically weaker section.
Yeah. And then he came to me one day, showed me his passport. He had a visa to America in it. And he was going to teach high school in America.
And he gave all the credit to us only because of you, because of your institute. I have got this opportunity to teach in America.
Yeah.
And he was very emotional when he was leaving.
And really, we had nothing to do with it. But in his mind, it was because of us.
That's the only thing we did.
Yeah. And so I don't know what happened to him after that. I was very concerned.
He called me once and he told me that, sir, this country is quite difficult and quite different. Here, the students bring the guns in the class. I mean, and they put the gun on the desk and they say, "Okay, sir, teach." I was scared initially.
It's not quite that bad, but yeah.
I'm very happy about the cultural things.
No, it's very different here. My son taught in Japan for 7 years, and now he's back in America. He does not want to teach here because of these problems. We have a lot of problems here. Yeah. In America. Yeah.
But in Japan, he was happy?
He was very happy there. Students are respectful there. They're not so respectful here. It's Americans are not respectful because we are a country that was born out of rebellion. We rebelled against, you guys did too, but we rebelled and we fought for our independence from England. And so we continue to fight with each other.
It's quite good to talk to you after a long time.
Yeah.
Big gap. We had this opportunity. And my last question is here that what do you think about the way Dynamic is going on right now and the way we are working here? Are you happy and satisfied with the way we work here? And what piece of advice would you give?
I think I'm very satisfied with how Dynamic is going. I know the after COVID-19, a lot of things have changed. I know, and you've had to adapt to these things. I never get calls at this time. It just happens. So, yeah. So I would say I'm very happy with the way things going and the way you have adapted to the change. Um, if I was to come to India now, like I did in 2002, and start Dynamic, I'd have to do it very differently than I did it then. And the virtual learning is very important now, and I don't think I would enjoy that. Yeah. Um, so, so I think you're doing very well. You've adapted and continue to adapt, and that's quite important. Yeah.
And one piece of advice for me.
Yeah. For you, advice for you is to be consistent and to continue to be creative in how you approach English teaching. And I think that one of the biggest things that you are doing is you're giving a great service to people who need English. It's, the rules of business that I teach is that you find a need and you find a way to meet that need in a better way than anybody else is doing. And then you find a way to make money meeting that need. You don't go into a place with an idea. You go in to meet a need that people already know is there. And so you're meeting a good need there. There is a big need for English, and you are making a business making a business succeed, meeting that need. And so you just need to think of more creative ways and how you can meet this need.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. It was great meeting with you. And I am sure that your valuable talk will be much beneficial for my students and me. And I will certainly make it a podcast to look like they can listen to it.
Okay.
Yes, many people around the world will watch this and they will get some benefits with our talk and with your valuable advice. Thank you so much.
Okay. It's nice to talk with you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.